Nestled within the quiet, rolling countryside of Worcestershire, HMP Long Lartin presents a stark and imposing contrast to its serene surroundings. From a distance, it might appear as just another large, modern complex, but as one draws closer, its true purpose becomes unmistakably clear. The prison is situated near the village of South Littleton, seemingly in the middle of nowhere. This isolation is not accidental. Placing a high-security establishment far from bustling urban centres creates a natural buffer, making any potential escape attempt logistically nightmarish from the outset. There are no nearby cities to melt into, no busy transport hubs to exploit for a quick getaway. The location serves a dual purpose. Firstly, it enhances physical security. The vast, open fields that surround the perimeter offer unobstructed views for surveillance teams. Any unauthorized movement across this green expanse would be spotted almost instantly, long before an individual could reach a main road. Secondly, this geographical remoteness contributes to a profound sense of psychological separation from the outside world. For the men inside, the peaceful landscape they can see but not touch is a constant, quiet reminder of the life they have lost and the society from which they are now completely detached. This deliberate placement makes the prison a world unto itself. The local community has grown accustomed to its formidable neighbour, but the facility remains an island of high-tech security amidst a sea of pastoral calm. The sheer scale of the prison is difficult to comprehend until you are standing before its towering fences. It doesn't just occupy the land, it dominates it, projecting an aura of absolute authority and control. The message is clear before you even step inside. This is a place designed to hold people who are not meant to leave. The journey to the prison itself is part of the experience. You travel down quiet country lanes, past farms and small cottages, the scenery becoming more rural with every turn. Then, suddenly, it appears, the high concrete walls and the endless coils of razor wire seem to rise out of the very earth. The stark functional architecture is a brutalist statement against the gentle backdrop of the English countryside. This visual clash is powerful. It serves as a constant and sobering declaration that what happens inside these walls is far removed from the ordinary, everyday life happening just beyond the perimeter fence. Long Lartin is designated as a Category A prison, which is the highest security classification in the British penal system. This means it is designed to house the most dangerous, disruptive and high-risk male prisoners. The individuals held here are not petty thieves or first-time offenders. The population is largely composed of men serving life sentences, often for the most serious crimes imaginable, including murder, large-scale terrorism, and organized crime. These are individuals who the justice system has deemed pose a significant threat to the public and even to the stability and security of other prisons. The prison holds what is known as the dispersal population. In the 1960s, a report recommended that the most challenging prisoners should be spread out across several high-security prisons rather than concentrated in one place. Long Lartin is a cornerstone of this strategy. By housing a mix of these high-risk individuals, the system aims to prevent any single group from gaining too much power or influence within the prison walls. The inmates are often notorious figures, men whose names have been splashed across newspaper headlines and whose crimes have shocked the nation. Their presence defines the atmosphere of the prison. Managing such a population requires a unique approach. These are not men who are necessarily focused on rehabilitation or preparing for release, as many are serving sentences that mean they will likely die in custody. The primary objective at Long Lartin is therefore secure containment. The regime is built around control, observation, and the prevention of violence or escape. The staff are highly trained to manage individuals who may be manipulative, intelligent, and prone to extreme violence. They are dealing with a cohort of prisoners who have very little, if anything, to lose. The dynamic inside is incredibly complex. hierarchies form, power struggles emerge, and tensions can simmer just beneath the surface. The prison must manage notorious gang leaders, convicted terrorists, and serial killers under one roof. Each prisoner presents a different set of challenges. Some may try to continue running their criminal enterprises from behind bars, while others might pose a direct physical threat to staff and fellow inmates. For this reason, every aspect of life at Long Lartin is meticulously planned and controlled to mitigate these ever-present risks. The very design of Long Lartin is a masterclass in security and containment. It is often described as a prison within a prison. The outer perimeter is just the first of many layers. It consists of high reinforced concrete walls, topped with razor wire, and monitored by a sophisticated network of CCTV cameras and motion sensors. This is supported by a tall secondary fence, creating a sterile no-man's land between the two barriers. This area is patrolled and under constant surveillance, making any attempt to breach the first wall a futile exercise, as the escapee would simply find themselves trapped. Once inside the main perimeter, the prison is divided into smaller, self-contained units. This compartmentalization is crucial for control. It allows the prison authorities to lock down specific sections in the event of a disturbance, preventing it from spreading throughout the entire establishment. Inmates' movements are heavily restricted, and they are generally confined to their own residential wing. To move from one part of the prison to another, they must pass through a series of electronically controlled gates and checkpoints, all monitored from a central control room. This airlock system ensures that staff always know where every prisoner is at any given time. The internal architecture is deliberately austere and functional. Corridors are long and straight to eliminate blind spots, allowing for clear lines of sight. Materials are chosen for their durability and resistance to damage. Surfaces are often concrete and steel. Even the furniture within the cells is designed to prevent it from being broken or weaponized. The windows are small, barred and made of toughened material, offering a limited view of the world outside. Every single element, from the layout of the wings to the design of a light fitting, has been considered from a security perspective. Isolation is woven into the fabric of the building itself. The segregation unit, often referred to as the block, is the most secure part of the prison. Here, the most disruptive or vulnerable prisoners are held in conditions of extreme isolation. Their cells are sparse, and they have virtually no contact with other inmates. This ability to completely separate an individual from the general population is a powerful tool for maintaining order. The architecture of Long Lartin is not just about keeping people in. It is about managing and controlling them minute by minute, day by day. For the men inside Long Lartin, daily life is a monotonous and highly regulated routine. Prisoners are typically unlocked from their cells in the morning and are required to engage in work or education within their designated wing. This could involve workshop jobs, such as assembling furniture or participating in educational courses. However, these activities are conducted under strict supervision. The purpose is less about vocational training for a future outside, and more about keeping the population occupied and structured, reducing the likelihood of boredom-fueled conflict. A significant portion of each day is spent locked inside a cell. After the evening meal, prisoners are secured for the night, a period that can last for more than 12 hours. The cells are Spartan, containing a bed, a toilet, and a small desk. Contact with the outside world is severely restricted and heavily monitored. Inmates are allowed a limited number of letters, and all incoming and outgoing mail is opened and checked by staff for illicit messages or contraband. Phone calls are also limited, recorded, and can only be made to a small number of approved numbers. Physical visits are a lifeline for many, but they too are conducted under stringent conditions. Visitors must be vetted and approved by the prison. The visits themselves take place in a supervised hall, often with non-contact booths for the highest-risk prisoners, where a thick pane of glass separates the inmate from their loved ones. Any physical contact is often forbidden or strictly limited to a brief greeting. This controlled environment is designed to prevent the smuggling of drugs, weapons, or unauthorized communications, but it also creates an emotional barrier, a constant reminder of the physical separation. Ultimately, Long Lartin is more than just a prison. It is a facility for permanent containment. The combination of its isolated location, its high-risk population, and its multi-layered security design makes escape a near impossibility. The regime is not geared towards rehabilitation in the conventional sense, but towards managing indefinite incarceration. For the men who live within its walls, it is a world where freedom is a distant memory and control is absolute. It stands as a stark monument to the state's power to isolate and hold those it deems too dangerous for society. If you found this look inside Long Lartin insightful, make sure to subscribe to Unknown Record, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest investigations. Thanks for watching.